So, guys, I have some questions, and welcome back to Moran's Rants. All good. I'm watching Connected Dots Part 9, and my mind's like triggering in a way. SVB, Silicon Valley Bank, yes, they collapsed, right? But they also had an influx in cash, like deposits. In 2021, they went from $125 billion deposited to almost $200 billion. They had an increase of over like 40%, right? So this bank all of a sudden finds this real true value coming out of the pandemic, and it looks like it's just a pump. And you know that they're a commercial bank, and they supply money to small, to SPACs, to small caps and media and mid cap companies. And so here's my thing. You had over 1,500 SPACs launch IPOs in 2020, from 2020 and 2021 to now, but know that whenever they do launch, and if they don't merge and they don't acquisite, like if they don't really come to public, those fall through. They have like a 2-year grace period. Well, from March to now would be 2 years. So did all the SPACs where they went to go hide all this money from this pump and dump of a COVID pump, and or the over leverage from the shorts during that time frame, because everyone pounced on COVID, okay, in 2020. Just so you guys are well aware, everyone pounced, and everyone thought this market's falling down. But then the Fed put $6 trillion in front of you and said, no, it's okay, we can prop this up. Well, then you saw who got over leveraged, right? I mean, we saw the stock market get shut down 2 years ago. And I'm asking you, and I just want to know, SVB, are you under because of SPACs? And if you are, well, then that tells me that hedge funds were hiding money in there, and that they didn't intend to keep depositing money into your bank. So it was like a fake prop. And as it propped up, you saw the CEO of SVB, you saw the remaining people part of any deals that they've done all leave the company, with the exception, and I was talking about the acting CEO at the time, because now they have the board of director guy who took over, but Gary Becker, and he's connected to the Fed. But who cares? Go watch Part 9, Connecting the Dots. What my mind, the way it's working is, and I don't know if it is GameStop, right? I don't know if it is the market, but we all know that the event that happened in January of 2021 was GameStop. And GameStop stopped the whole world because people were over leveraged, billions of dollars. Well, guess what? This bank increased its value from $125 billion in deposits to almost $200 billion in 1 year after that. So you tell me who the hell's hiding money at this bank, and then in turn the bank runs because they're upside down, cold-hearted cash, $1 billion that they can't find. They don't have the money for people, and what do? They just pull. So now you have an official bank run on a commercial bank, and everyone's acting like it's not a big deal. Like, oh no, there's no contagion here. It's not going to expand to other sectors. Yeah? Go look at Europe. They're already crumbling. Go look everywhere. People are nervous. There's numerous banks that were dropping 30, 40%, and it's going to be the regional banks. It's not going to be the big boys. The big boys, they have rules. After the housing crisis, guys, I don't know if you guys know this part, but the major banks, whether it be Merrill Lynch or JP Morgan and Chase, all these guys, they actually had to sign the dotted line to say, you know what, we're too big to fail, but we're not going to do the risky practices that we used to do. Well, guess what? Those regional banks don't live by those rules. And that's why I think that this SVB has been the safe haven for distressed credit investors. And why not? Why not when all the board of directors have ties to distressed credit, essentially? I mean, the chairman of the board works for Ernst & Young for 36 years. That just happens to be the firm that distressed credit investors choose and select to cook the books. Like, this is all correlated to a point, but I don't want to be too Mel Gibson conspiracy theory style, but I just asked the question, where is the money? Where is the money in the 147% or 226% of short interest that was on GameStop in that January day? I want to know where they parked it, and if they started parking it into SPACs, and then they start pushing YouTubers in front of you that only talk SPACs. Hey, Uncle Bruce. Hey, give me a bagel. No, I'm ballparking here, guys. I'm just spitballing all this stuff, but I want you guys to know exactly what the possibilities are, and maybe some of you guys can dig a little deeper. Like, man, I have to go to work right now. I wish I could stay home and dig all of this out, but guess what? It will all come to light. I'll keep buying the company I love, and I'm not gonna shave this vacation I'm taking. I start vacation tomorrow. I'll be on YouTube a lot longer. I'm gonna love this. So enjoy, guys. I'm just letting you know how I feel. SVB, did SPACs bring you down? Let me know. Peace.